My name is Ariel. I graduated from the Girls Prep Bronx part of public prep. I joined Girls Prep in 2009 in kindergarten when the school first opened. However, my family moved, but I did come back in third grade, and I was with Girls Prep ever since then. The school I'm currently at now is Cathedral High School. I'm a current senior, and yeah.
How did you or your parents come to find out about Girls Prep? What inspired them to enroll you here?
So I believe that my parents, when they were trying to enroll me in school, I was in Head Start at first, so going into kindergarten. I was originally going to go to another school. I forgot the name of it. But then Girls Prep said, I was chosen for the lottery. So then my parents decided to send me to Girls Prep instead. I think they really liked that the school was all girls, and it would be a good learning experience because most of the time, as we know, girls can sometimes be more shy or not encouraged as much in co-ed schools to participate or do activities involving science or other things like that. So I think that was something important my parents were looking for when it came to my education.
That's amazing. And I'm honestly glad that you were able to get that experience and have a good experience here at Girls Prep. And I believe it's your dad. He's on the community council, right, at Girls Prep?
Yeah. And my mom, she works in the elementary school as well.
Oh, wow. So two Girls Prep. Okay. So even when you're, not in Girls Prep, you're still in Girls Prep technically because your parents are involved. Wow. So how is that, just seeing that your parents are involved in Girls Prep? What is that experience like for you?
I think it's really nice because when I was in Girls Prep, my mom, she was on the community council. And I actually have 3 younger siblings as well who are in Girls Prep. So it's nice to see that Girls Prep is still a community that my family wants to be a part of. And I think that shows how great public prep is and with the schools that they continue to build.
It's amazing to hear that, you have siblings and who are attending the same school that you did. What has that experience like just, seeing them go to your kind of, I guess, alma mater and just, seeing them grow up in that kind of same space that you were in? What impact has that had on you and how do you reflect on that?
More recently, I've been feeling kind of nostalgic because I'm graduating, but I get to see my younger sister, London, in the middle school, and she's experiencing the same things I was with the different activities we have. Like, for example, we recently had the student versus faculty volleyball game, and I remember doing those things when I was in middle school, and it was really fun. So it's a bit of nostalgia seeing them going through the different grades in Girls Prep. But it's also like a proud feeling that I get to see them go through Girls Prep like I did.
I bet. And they have their older sister to look to. Did they ever come to you and ask you like, did you have this teacher? Did you have this class? Did you guys ever kind of share stories about like your experience and their experience? And if so, could you share one now? Or is there like a specific conversation that comes up or comes to mind?
Actually, one of the few, I believe, teachers that's still in the elementary school is Miss Schulteis. She was my kindergarten teacher. I believe she was also London's kindergarten teacher. So she's been around like for our Girls Prep experience. In the middle school, when London was going into middle school, she would ask me questions about, what's middle school like? Do I have to do this? Which I prepare for? Things like that. But not a lot of the teachers that I had are still in the middle school or elementary school. But Miss Playtez is still at the middle school. She was my guidance counselor when I was there. And yeah.
When your siblings and just thinking about, there are other, future prospective students who are coming into Girls Prep. Did you ever, I know you said your sister would in London would ask you like, what was it like being in middle school? Did you give them any particular piece of advice for going to middle school, or was there a moment, where they kind of needed some guidance Just thinking about, like you have siblings, but also for potential students, is there any advice that you yourself have given or would give to anyone looking to start with girls prep or even boys prep?
A piece of advice I would give, and sometimes I give this to like some of the underclassmen in my school now, is to take almost every opportunity that comes your way, because in the long run it can lead to something better, or a new opportunity that you may have never thought you could have done. Like for example, because of girls prep and Miss Playtest in middle school, she introduced me to the program called Breakthrough New York, which I'm a part of now. And because of Breakthrough, I was able to study abroad last summer. So it was like a chain of events that led to something in me in sixth grade. I never would have thought, oh, hey, my junior year, I'm going to go study abroad in Rome. That's like something I never would have thought would happen. So yeah, take all the opportunities that come your way, no matter how hard it may seem to achieve that opportunity. It's always best to just try.
I think that's a great piece of advice. I kind of wish someone would have told me that. It's definitely important to take opportunities wherever they come from, right? And funny enough, I used to work for Breakthrough New York, so
Oh,
great program.
yeah.
Used to be a tutor. They had a tutoring program, so I used to tutor sixth to seventh graders. So it's fun. It's happy to see someone who has benefited from the program, and I'm happy you got the chance to go to Rome. I've never even been to Rome.
Yeah,
Um,
it was really fun experience.
I bet it was. Wow. And how long were you there? What was the program like? Tell me more about your experience. I would love to hear about it.
Sure. So I was there for a month. It was from late July to early August. I took classes every day, learning Italian. So in the morning I would have classes, and then the afternoon I would do an activity. It would be a culture activity, like a scavenger hunt of the artifacts that's in the town we were in, or even trying new foods, or even going to just get like gelato or things like that. But I did get to learn a lot about myself and the things I may want to do like later on in my life. My school used to have various languages, but we don't have as many now. We just have like Spanish, Latin. We actually have Mandarin and ASL, but I didn't take those classes. We used to have both Italian and French, but by the time I got there, they didn't have it anymore. So I got to learn a language I didn't know, for a whole summer, and I'm hoping to possibly do that as a minor in college. So yeah, this experience was really fulfilling. I got to learn a lot of new things.
I have here in my notes that you just got an acceptance into the University of Arizona. Is that correct?
Yes,
Congratulations.
thank you.
That's amazing. I know you were, when we were emailing each other, that you were talking about, you were busy with college applications. What's the process like now? I know it can be, again, frustrating, busy. Have you received any more, letters? Like, what's going on? I'm being kind of nosy, but like, I just need a peek into it because when I was applying to college, it was a totally different landscape. So, what's that process been like? How are you feeling at this moment?
It's been like a weird roller coaster. My guidance counselor has been encouraging us to apply since this time last year when I was a junior. So it has been like a pretty long process, and hopefully I'll be done with it soon. I still have to decide which college I'm going to and things like that. But so I started last year, my junior year, searching up colleges, creating a list of things that I was looking in for school. And so over the summer, I researched the schools more. I worked on my supplements and the essays, and I was able to submit all of my applications in late November around Thanksgiving. So I was done pretty early, and the University of Arizona was the first school I heard back from. The next schools I heard back from were this year, January. That was some of the SUNY schools like SUNY Albany, Oswego, and Buffalo. So I got into those. And then I also got into Chapman University. It's a private school in California. I recently got into Smith College. which is really exciting because Miss Bradshaw went there.
Yes,
Yeah.
congratulations. Oh my
Thank
gosh, that's
you.
amazing.
Thank you. And then what else? Oh, I got into Arizona State University, and I think that's all of them. But yeah, I feel after I submitted all my applications, I'm kind of impatient. So I was just sitting and waiting. But on April 1st, I heard back from all my schools, and those are the ones that I got accepted in. I felt pretty proud of myself, even though I didn't get into like my top school. I got into University of Arizona and Chapman University were like my next top schools. So I was pretty happy with myself that I did get into the schools that I got into.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'm so happy that you were, able to, whew. It is a long process, I
Yeah.
know, having been, gone through it once, but it's so amazing that you had the opportunity to apply to all of these amazing schools, and I'm very happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm sure I'm going to definitely tell Miss Bradshaw that you got into Smith. I'm sure she'll be happy to hear. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's happy, period, just to hear about how well you're doing. You're doing amazing things, I can tell.
Yes.
I'm so happy for you, and I do wish you luck. As choosing a college is hard, right?
Yeah.
That's that. Here comes the hard part, right? You have all these choices. You get the acceptance, right, and then you have to decide. Well, where is my future going to lie at? But I have full confidence that with some guidance and support, you'll be able to pick. So congratulations again.
Thank you.
And so speaking of, right, you have your college path to look forward to. But looking back to girls prep, do you think that, right, you said you had the opportunity with Breakthrough to, go to Rome, right, as a result of being recommended for the program, right? So how do you think girls prep influenced your path, even through, through high school and up to now? What impact did girls prep have on you as an individual and as a student?
I think one impact Girls Prep had was probably like the values I have today. Because oftentimes, well, in the hallways in the school, we have the four core values of scholarship, merit, sisterhood, and responsibility. And we're always often reminded of them throughout the day. So I try to live by like sisterhood, like treat others how you want to be treated and things like that. So it definitely has shaped who I've become today and like the values I hold myself up to. And yeah, Girls Prep has also taught me to be like the best person that I can be to achieve my full potential. So yeah, Girls Prep has encouraged me to do a lot of things and has helped me gain values that I probably wouldn't have had or wouldn't have been as strong without Girls Prep.
I love that you talked about sisterhood. I know you mentioned that, when you talk about what advice would you give, you talked about how you have a relationship with your classmates and giving them advice. And so I can definitely see that you took that value of community and sisterhood with you. And I'm happy you're part of our first season of our podcast because we really we want to hear your voice. We want to let you shine. We want to show everyone that Girls Prep is truly, a community. Even more than that, we're a family and we're celebrating each other, right? And I hope, we can continue to do that for, future Girls Prep and Boys Prep scholars.
I do agree that it's important to have the connection with the alumni because we can definitely help like our younger classmates or younger Girls Prep students. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. And just curious about, people hear about, single gender schools, right? We have Girls Prep. We started with Girls Prep in 2005, and then we put in Boys Prep. So just wanted to hear more about, right? Because I know you applied for like Smith, and I know Smith is an all is for women. It's a single gender college, and so just wanted to hear more about what was it like being at Girls Prep, especially the single gender environment, and how did that, I guess, maybe influence you personally, or even like while you were at Girls Prep?
It definitely influenced me a lot. I don't think I would have been as involved in like science as I am now because I do enjoy like learning about science and things like that. And my high school is actually all girls as well. So my friends, they tell me stories like, oh, your school is like so cool. I wish I went there because I often like felt discouraged or I didn't get to do those things because my school was co-ed. So it definitely has helped me have like confidence in myself when it comes to learning or advocating for myself. And that can often that can be a trait that some girls do not have because of a co-ed environment. So yeah, it definitely has helped me a lot with me and who I am now.
There are benefits, there are ups and downs with every, co-ed versus single gender, but, you've spoken about, how you're able to have confidence in yourself and that's always a great thing to hear, right? And also, again, I'm seeing like the value of like sisterhood as you are also now in another single gender school, right? And seeing the value in being in a single gender environment, having that ability to build up your self-confidence. That's really great to hear. And you talked about science, which I'm interested in because, again, you're applying to college, right? So where do you see yourself going? I know like it's a tough question, right? Because we have, our interests, everyone's different. But right now, I know you're interested in science. So is that what you're going towards for college? Like, what are you looking for in a career path or just long term?
So originally, I was hoping to become a forensic scientist. So this year, I decided to take AP Bio to hopefully earn credits for having to take bio in college. But thankfully, I took AP Bio in school, and that showed me that biology isn't necessarily for me. But I did last summer, it was in June, I did a Girls Who Code program and I like learned how to code and things like that. So that inspired me to go into the computer science. So originally I was going to be a bio major, but for most of my schools, I put myself as a computer science major. I hope to either be like a web developer, since in the Girls Who Code program, I learned about like website accessibility and how to design a website. And I thought that was like something really important everyone should know about, or that all companies who have websites should be aware about. So that inspired me to then go into computer science to the more STEM route instead of bio.
How
Yeah.
did you come to learn about Girls Who Code?
I actually learned about Girls Who Code from Breakthrough. They send out, similar to how Girls Prep may sometimes send alumni newsletters, they send us newsletters of opportunities that we can do. And so that's how I found out about the Girls Who Code program.
I definitely think it's so important what you're doing and the fact that you're taking that initiative with you. It's amazing that you're doing it, and I wish you the best of luck. Computer science, you go, girl. I can't even code. I remember learning Python. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm nervous about learning Python because I learned HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and that was like pretty okay. It was challenging, but I'm kind of nervous to learn Python though.
I will say Python is. I mean, I've heard. I mean, Python is the most difficult of all the. I mean, just in my opinion, to me, it is. Some people might say Java. Some people might. Everyone's different, but I think it all depends on what if you're interested and if you're passionate enough and you want to go for it, then you go for it. And I think you're at a point in your life where I can see you're passionate, you're determined, right? And so I would say to you, just go for it. Like, I'm putting your advice back out there, but go for that opportunity. Don't let it go past you. I can already see you're doing amazing things. And so I think you'll excel wherever you go, whatever you decide. And again, your path is not cemented, it's not rooted, right? People, I was in college, fun fact, I was going to be an environmental science major.
Hmm.
Then I switched to English because I was like, oh, maybe environmental science is not for me. And so, our paths change, but you've shown that you can choose whatever path you want to do, whether it's going to college, whether it's going, maybe you're not going to college. Everyone is different and they have a different pathway that's right for them. And you've chosen the one that you feel is right for you. And so I'm really just happy, again, that you have choices. Like, look at all these colleges you're getting into. You have choices. Not a lot of people can say that they had these opportunities. I certainly can say that I didn't always have opportunities. I chose what was presented to me and I took it. But I'm glad that you were able to seize the moment and go for it. Wow, you're just doing amazing. You're blowing me away. I don't know what to say. Like, this is your show. You're just doing amazing. So I want to end just on a high note. And just wanted to give you this space, if you wanted to say anything about your experience with girls prep, shout out any teachers. I don't know, just take this space and moment to reflect on what we've discussed. I'm leaving the floor to you, Ariel, to give a last comment, anything you want to say.
Sure. I think girls prep has helped me, and especially like my younger siblings, a lot with not only our education, but like just almost like everything almost. They've helped. I know girls prep has helped shaped my little sister to who she has become, and has shaped her interest from what she's learning in school and the different clubs she's in. And girls prep is growing and giving even the younger students more and more opportunities to learn about new things like chess. Like the chess team was made when my sister was in elementary school. I was in choir in third grade, even though I don't sing anymore. I was in choir in the third grade. So girls prep has really helped me learn what I like to do, what I may not like to do, and has really helped me become who I am today, and has given me a myriad of opportunities that have led to even more opportunities. So yeah, and some teachers I would like to shout out. Some of them don't work at public prep anymore, but Miss Haggerty, she was my 5th grade teacher, and Miss Abderholden, she was my 6th grade English teacher, and of course Miss Schulteis, because she was my kindergarten teacher. Yeah.
When I said end on a strong note, you took it and you did it. I'm so happy that you were able to get a fulfilling experience from being at girls prep, and I'm happy that your siblings are also, able to get the same opportunity to, get a rewarding experience that benefits them in the long term.
The Public Prep Podcast is produced in partnership with True Story FM. Engineering by Pete Wright. Music this week is by Paper Planes. If your podcast app allows ratings and reviews, we hope you'll consider doing just that for our show. But the best thing you can do to support this show and all the incredible voices of public prep is simply to share the show with a friend. Thank you for listening.